Most men are being lied to about why intimacy disappears in marriage. They're told it's stress, hormones, kids, age, that if they just help more or be nicer, desire magically returns. But here's the uncomfortable truth most men sense and are afraid to say out loud. She didn't stop wanting intimacy. She stopped wanting it with you. And it wasn't because you failed as a man. It was because no one ever explained how attraction actually works once commitment begins. This video isn't about blame. It's about leverage. And if you're still watching, you're already ahead of 90% of men. 1. The lie men are sold. Men are taught that love and desire are the same thing. They aren't. Love is safety. Desire is tension. Marriage maximizes safety and slowly kills tension. That's why so many men do everything right. Provide, protect, show up, and still feel invisible. Here's the part no one tells you. Desire doesn't respond to effort. It responds to polarity. And polarity fades when a man abandons his internal center. 2. Why being a good husband backfires. Most men double down when intimacy drops. They become more helpful, more agreeable, more available. And every one of those things lowers attraction. Not because women are cruel, but because desire isn't logical. A man who orbits his partner emotionally communicates one thing subconsciously: I need you to feel okay. And the moment she feels responsible for your emotional state, desire shuts down. Women don't want to manage men. They want to respond to them. 3. The real reason desire fades. Here's the psychological shift that happens in long-term relationships. Early on, a man is self-directed. He has momentum, purpose, edges. Over time, many men collapse their identity into the relationship. They stop leading themselves. And when a man stops leading himself, no woman wants to follow him emotionally. This isn't about dominance. It's about self-anchoring. 4. Why stress is a red herring. People love to blame stress, kids, and schedules. But here's the brutal observation. Women under more stress than ever still feel desire, just not for men who feel emotionally predictable. Desire doesn't disappear under pressure. It disappears under emotional flatness. When nothing surprises her, when nothing challenges her, when nothing moves her, the nervous system goes quiet. And desire lives in the nervous system. 5. The dangerous myth of communication. Men are told to talk it out. But attraction is not negotiated. It's felt. Explaining how you feel doesn't restore desire. Explaining often confirms the imbalance. The men who regain intimacy don't talk more. They change state. They stop seeking reassurance. They stop asking for permission to exist. They become internally unavailable, not emotionally cold, but self-contained. 6. What women actually respond to. Women respond to men who have direction independent of the relationship, don't need emotional validation, are calm under pressure, aren't afraid of silence, don't chase outcomes. This creates emotional gravity, not manipulation, not games, presence. A man who doesn't need intimacy becomes the man intimacy returns to. 7. The turning point. Most men miss. Here's where everything flips. The moment a man stops orienting his life around being desired, he becomes desirable again. Not because he withholds, but because he no longer leaks need. Women feel this immediately. Desire doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from standing firmer. 8. The silent test. Every long-term relationship contains a silent test. Is this man still himself, or did he disappear into me? Men who pass don't demand desire. They embody something worth desiring. And when a woman senses she might lose access to that grounded presence, intimacy returns naturally, not as obligation, as response. By now, you understand something most men never hear explained honestly. Married women don't lose desire because men stop being nice. They don't lose desire because of age. They don't lose desire because sex naturally fades. They lose desire because polarity collapses. Attraction doesn't die suddenly. It erodes quietly through predictability, emotional over-availability, loss of direction, and the slow disappearance of masculine presence. Most men were never taught this. They were taught to provide, to be dependable, to be emotionally available at all times, to sacrifice themselves and call it love. And that's why so many marriages feel dead behind closed doors. You've seen it. A man who works harder than ever, provides more than ever, listens more than ever, yet feels more invisible every year. Not because he's failing, but because he unknowingly gave up the very energy that created attraction in the first place. Women don't crave chaos. They crave contrast. They crave grounding. They crave a man whose emotional center doesn't orbit around them. The moment a man makes his wife the source of his validation, desire begins to suffocate. Not out of cruelty, out of psychology. What you learned in this video isn't about manipulation. It's about recalibration. It's about understanding that intimacy isn't sustained by effort alone. It's sustained by identity, by presence, by emotional self-containment. A man who has direction doesn't beg for desire. A man who is internally anchored doesn't demand affection. A man who is fulfilled without sex becomes desirable again with it. That's the paradox most men miss. Sex doesn't disappear because a woman stops loving her husband. It disappears because she stops feeling him. She stops sensing polarity. She stops feeling emotional gravity. She stops responding to him as a man and starts relating to him as an extension of herself. And when that happens, desire has nowhere to live. The solution isn't arguments. It isn't pressure. It isn't guilt. It isn't chasing intimacy harder. The solution is reclaiming your center, rebuilding a life where your purpose, direction, discipline, and identity exist independently of her reactions, where your emotional state doesn't rise and fall based on validation, where you lead your life, not just your household. When that shift happens, something powerful follows. She doesn't feel needed. She feels drawn. And that difference changes everything. This isn't about becoming cold. It's about becoming solid. It's not about withdrawing love. It's about withdrawing dependency. It's not about dominating. It's about grounding. Most men never make this shift. They stay confused. They stay resentful. They stay silent. And they mistake endurance for strength. But the men who understand this, they stop chasing desire and become the environment where desire returns. If you felt seen in this video, it's because this isn't theory. It's lived psychology. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. That awareness alone begins the transformation. To support this channel, like and subscribe. Stay dangerous. Stay stoic.